Right now at 10, pipes bursting throughout the area with greater frequency in recent days. Tonight, some things you can do to keep it from affecting your home. Plus, with the increased price of pretty much all food items these days, the incredible impact it's having on demand at our local food pantries. And a walk down memory lane with a captain of the Beloit Fire Department as he retires after some 3 decades on the job. It's all coming up on News 3 Now at 10. And thanks for joining us tonight. While last week's chilly temperatures may be far from our mind now that it's warmed up, the Madison Fire Department wants you to think about your plumbing when it does get cold again after responding to dozens of burst pipes in just the last few days. Armand Rahman has more. Armand?
Yeah, Eric, the Madison Fire Department has responded to 32 calls involving burst pipes in the last 6 days. They are only on scene to reset sprinklers and ensure water doesn't get to electrical equipment and start a fire. So they want to get the word out because there's not much help someone can get once it happens. For an agency that mostly deals with lots of flames, Madison fire officials are alarmed by the amount of calls involving lots of water they've responded to this week.
I do not recall this level of volume for this type of call in the wintertime. In my 7 winters with the Madison Fire Department, this seems like a high number.
A high number of burst pipes.
The call volume peaked on Christmas Day. We received about 9 or 10 calls of this nature, and since then we've seen an average about 4 or 5 calls a day.
And they say they haven't all been small leaks.
There were some apartment buildings for which the spread of the water had affected multiple households in one building, and upwards of 10 occupants in one incident.
Officials say the Red Cross really only deals with disasters like fire, and right now there isn't any other aid if you're displaced due to all that water.
In these situations, the safety net around us is very thin, and the best thing you can do is find yourself some renter's insurance.
Other than that, you really can't prevent it. Pipes burst because the surface area of water expands when it freezes.
That's causing pressure to be put on the pipe and on the joints within the pipe. When it thaws out now, then there's been a crack, perhaps, and a break.
But some things you can do in the cold is keep the cabinet in front of your pipes open to circulate warm air and keep the thermostat at 55 to 60 degrees when away.
The average occupant doesn't necessarily know that there's a problem until it happens.
Another tip fire officials say people don't think about: check the batteries in your thermostat, because if it dies, your furnace won't switch on when needed.
Armand, thank you. A live look over southern Wisconsin right now, keeping an eye on a chance for some overnight fog thanks to the unseasonably warm weather we've had the past couple of days. Let's go to meteorologist Greg Barnhart now with our first warn forecast. Greg?
Yeah, it's still warm out here. It's like 50 degrees out, so it's actually unreal. We're almost at 10 o'clock. We're still 50, but that wind has picked up because we got a front coming. But along with all that moisture, yes, we are creating some fog. There's your current temps right now, 55. We actually warmed up another degree, so that is probably a record for Madison today. 60 was earlier for Milwaukee and areas there, so that's what we're dealing with. If you zoom in the area, typically all the areas around 50 degrees as the southerly wind has started to pick up because of that back end of that front coming through. So there's your high temperature right now. Yes, we did break or tie a record right now. We probably broke it. 54 degrees. You see the average is only 29, so definitely a very warm day to start with. Fog, yes, to the north where the winds are lighter, a better snowpack on the ground. They have some dense fog up there. We could see more of that fog down here, but there is a dense fog advisory until midnight because that's when the front comes and the winds will start picking up, and that should mix the air a little bit, so we won't see that. Precipitation with this front is not much. On the back side of it, we're getting a little bit of wraparound through Minneapolis to east. We might see a few showers out here, but otherwise not much. The winds definitely have picked up here, 10 to 15, and that's just helping to eat that snow up that's even on the ground. You see the lighter winds to the north. That's kind of where the front is. So the temperature trend, once we get past midnight, then we'll start falling. But still, we're waking up to 32 degrees when our average should be in the mid-teens. So that's not too bad. Otherwise, you look to the west, we have nothing much right now there to look at, but we are going to have another system that could impact a little bit of the New Year's Day's plans, and I'll break that down a bit later in the broadcast.
Greg, thank you. And new tonight, President Biden capped a year of what he called historic progress by signing the omnibus funding bill tonight. The massive $1.7 trillion legislation invests in medical research, disaster recovery, veterans health care, and provides military assistance to Ukraine. The president tweeted a picture of him signing the bill into law, adding the quote, "Looking forward to more in 2023. Governor Tony Evers today announcing he has recently pardoned an additional 171 people, bringing his total to 774 since taking office 4 years ago. During his first term, the governor set the record for most pardons issued by any Wisconsin governor in contemporary history. For a full list of pardon recipients, you can head to channel3000.com. Also tonight, Governor Evers announcing the Department of Veterans Affairs Secretary Mary Kohler will retire from state service next week. She's held the position since being appointed back in 2019. Kohler's time as a public service servant started in 1980 when she joined the Navy. She went on to serve on active duty for 28 years before retiring as a captain. Food is typically at the center of all gatherings this time of year, but for many, paying for that food has been harder than ever. Our Nicole Herzog went to Second Harvest Food Bank today to find out how they're keeping up with such high demand. Nicole?
Yeah, food pantries all across the state are seeing 2 to 3 times the amount of people looking for food support than in previous years. And Second Harvest CEO tells me inflation and a loss of pandemic-related support may be to blame. Demand has doubled and even tripled at many local food pantries.
It's beyond what we expected.
Second Harvest Food Bank distributes food to hundreds of pantries across 16 counties in southwestern Wisconsin, and they say the need for food is nearing levels at the height of the pandemic.
We're already at 30% above our planned distribution for the first 6 months.
Just why demand has increased can be hard to pin down, but Second Harvest CEO Michelle Orge says inflation has made food prices tough for families to afford. Plus, the loss of pandemic-related support like the child tax credit has made it even more difficult. Orge says Second Harvest takes both physical and monetary donations, but financial contributions are the best way to help. These donations allow them to purchase things like eggs, dairy, and produce that can be hard to transport and give by physical donation.
We can take $10 and turn that into 25 meals.
She says many people don't realize how common food insecurity is, and when people donate, they're often helping people they know in the community.
It is a lot of folks' neighbors. It's the kids going to school with your kids. It's something that folks don't see.
You can also support Second Harvest by signing up to volunteer at their warehouse or bringing in food products from their list online.
Nicole, thank you. Those hoping to check out a new section of the Ice Age Trail along the Portage Canal will have to wait until next year to do so. Most of the work along the new trail along the canal is done, but the city is delaying its opening until it can get the remaining equipment it needs to safely light that area. The city's public works director told us this afternoon that may not be until May or June, but he hopes it'll be sooner.
3, 2, 1, Happy New Year!
New video tonight, the Times Square Alliance held its annual confetti drop test just days before the city's big New Year's Eve celebration. The colorful event is held in preparation for the release of 3,000 pounds of confetti at midnight on New Year's Eve. And downtown Madison businesses are also preparing for more people stopping in to celebrate this weekend. At the Tipsy Cow, New Year's Eve can be a big night for them. However, there are plans in place if those celebrations get out of hand. Madison Police Department says it's a big night for alcohol-related calls, and they'll have extra officers around the downtown area. Police Department also communicating with local bars ahead of time to prepare for New Year's Eve festivities. And the Tavern League of Wisconsin says more than 2,000 member establishments are again offering free rides home. Last year, the program provided more than 42,000 free rides and over 1 million rides now since 2004. The district attorney of Dodge County resigning from the position effective January 13th. In a press release tonight, District Attorney Kurt Klomberg says he's accepted a new job. He's been with Dodge County for 12 years. Prior to that, he served as a DA in Marathon and Kenosha counties. Next at 10, he served the Beloit community for decades, and now Fire Captain Mike Rosario is ready to say goodbye. Tahalil Mohadin joined him on a walk down memory lane on his last day on the job.
There's like a retired helmet from when I was an acting lieutenant. My current helmet's already in the vehicle and ready to go.
But pretty soon, that helmet will be retired too.
I think when it's going to settle in is 3 days from now when I have to come back, and it won't be my job to come back anweanymore.
After 30 years with the Beloit Fire Department, Captain Mike Rosario is saying goodbye.
We were hoping it was not real. We've been trying to keep him here for probably another 2 years, but
it was just time.
Rosario started with the department at just 22 years old.
You came into work and you did what you were told, and you kind of followed their lead.
But for the past few years, people have been following his lead.
Rosie has trained probably every single person here in one way or another, and that's going to be really hard.
Taking what he calls a servant leadership approach.
It's really about the people that you work with. My job is to take care of them, provide what they need, either equipment or information or just support.
And for Rosario, that support went both ways. His firefighters stepping up to take care of him when he needed it most.
I had kidney failure.
For months, his team took turns driving him back and forth for dialysis appointments.
Without the help of my brother and without the help of the guys here at the fire station, I probably wouldn't have been here this long.
On his last day on the job, they're taking care of him one more time.
Yeah, John's our cook here. He's the rookie at the station, and he kind of fell into the role of cook.
With a special meal in his honor.
Twice baked mashed potatoes, shrimp, steak, and salad.
After tonight's shift, he's going home with a full stomach, a career full of highs and lows, and memories with coworkers turned family.
So what's next for Captain Mike Rosario? Well, first he's taking the rest of the winter off and says he'll probably do a little bird hunting. After that, he may get into teaching.
We wish him well. Tahlil Mohadin reporting tonight. Tahlil, thank you. Still ahead tonight, an update from Southwest Airlines and a warning from privacy advocates for anyone who may have purchased a smart toy this holiday season. Stay with us.
This December, one to remember. Together. Happy holidays from Lexus.
Get special offers on select Lexus models.
This year, say yes.
I couldn't be more thrilled with my results. I'm over the moon happy. Look at that waist.
Yes to confidence.
I'm so happy. I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
Yes to a new shape.
These are my results. I am so happy.
Yes to a new you.
I'm Dr. Elena Vega. Imagine you could remove this much fat from multiple areas all at one time.
Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells for good.
I have the flattest tummy that I've had in 25 years.
I'm able to wear things that I never thought I would wear again.
I can wear a little black dress. I feel sexy.
Find out how you can get $250 off with our New Year exclusive offer. Call 1-800-993-0752 or go to sonobello.com.
Start the new year off right during the final days of the Ford Shine Bright sales event. Don't miss your chance to choose from a great selection of new Ford vehicles in stock and ready for delivery. Or place a custom order, lock in your rate, and you're protected. Plus, new inventory is still arriving daily, so you could drive one home today. Now, get an F-150 with 2.9% financing for 60 months and $500 retail bonus cash plus $500 accessories cash.
Non-attorney spokesperson. This is a paid advertisement for legal services sponsored by Nightline Legal. Cases assigned on a random basis to participating law firms.
If you or a loved one were stationed at Marine Corps Base Camp Lejeune between 1953 and 1987 and were later diagnosed with cancer, Parkinson's disease, or other serious health effects, call right now. You may be entitled to financial compensation. Call right now to find out if you qualify.
Call 1-800-336-0524. 1-800-336-0524.
Make this December one to remember. Together. Happy holidays from Lexus.
Get special offers on the 2023 ES350.
This year was packed with big news, and we covered it on air and online.
Tomorrow, we're counting page views to find Channel 3000's top stories of 2022.
A cold front does arrive tonight. That'll drop our temperatures. We'll see where we end up tomorrow between 4:30 and 7.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Well, welcome back. We're getting an update from Dane County leaders about the ongoing Suck the Muck initiative. Today, they say more than 25,000 pounds of sediment has been removed from area creeks and streams this year. It's part of an effort to improve water quality, but also reduce the risk of future flooding. Over the past week or so, Southwest Airlines has canceled some 16,000 flights, 2,300 today alone. But now the airline says the debacle is coming to an end. It expects a full schedule tomorrow. Also today, the U.S. Department of Transportation notified the airline it would take action against Southwest if it did not compensate its impacted travelers. Well, if your kids received any smart toys for the holiday season, privacy advocates are concerned those internet-connected toys are allowing companies to collect data on children. One study a few years ago found that by the time a child turns 13, more than 72 million data points will have been collected on them. Anna Werner reports.
Can I have some color? New York mom Katie Taramiji bought what she thought was a cool toy for her daughter Aubrey a couple Christmases ago, something called a fuzzable friend.
You hit the button, and it speaks in its own special language. Then you ask, hey Alexa, what did my fuzzable say? And Alexa
says like it wants to play with toys or something.
It's the kind of fun a connected toy can make possible. But buried in the terms and conditions, which her mom says she never read, Creativity Inc., the company whose technology allowed the fuzzable to connect to Alexa, disclosed they collect anonymized information about their users and could generate transcripts of what children were saying.
I don't like it at all.
It's just one example of a growing trend, say nonprofit researchers at the U.S. Public Interest Research Group, or PIRG. Their recent report says smart toys bring new risks, including microphones and cameras paired with significant data collection. PIRG's R.J. Cross.
Having any data collected on a child that isn't strictly necessary is really reckless and unsafe.
Because often, she says, that data, although anonymized, is sold to advertisers, and she and other experts say it can be used to create profiles of children just like it can for adults. Even educational tech products can have privacy risks. When Human Rights Watch analyzed 163 educational computer learning products endorsed by 49 countries during the pandemic, 146 of them, some 90%, were found to have put at risk or directly violated children's privacy and other rights for purposes unrelated to their education. The Electronic Privacy Information Center, or EPIC, is calling on the Federal Trade Commission to strictly limit data collection on children.
It's just not really realistic for parents, as you say, to be able to parse these legal documents, understand what's happening technologically.
The FTC declined to comment. Amazon told us the third-party Fuzzable Kids skill is not currently available for Alexa customers, so Alexa cannot interact with the Fuzzable Friends toy. The device is not built by Amazon and does not have Alexa built in. Taramiji says she'll be paying more attention to the fine print from now on, but doesn't think she should have to.
I should be able to trust the toy makers that are putting the toys on the market. You assume they're looking out for your child's best needs.
Anna Werner, CBS News, San Francisco.
Well, the manufacturer of the Fuzzable Friends and the company that provided the connection to Alexa, Creativity Inc., did not respond to CBS News requests for comment. Time now for a look at your certified most accurate forecast. Here's meteorologist Greg Barnard. Greg?
Yeah, the mild conditions continue, and it looks like that's not going to change if we start the new year, probably even beyond that middle January. At some point, we'll get back to it. But 40s definitely will come back for New Year's Eve. Even 50s, once again, I'll explain that, could be coming back for Tuesday. Brief return to 30s tomorrow, but that's just average. And like I said, average is about 28 right now. So even when we're in the 30s, we're above average. For travel-wise, a lot of people are going to be traveling up, obviously, with the upcoming New Year's. Right now, tonight, we have dense fog and some drizzle and showers to speak of, some dense fog to the morning. We might have another round of some patchy fog later Friday night and Saturday morning. And then we got a snow-rain mix that could come through New Year's Eve, maybe early New Year's night. Not a significant system and shouldn't spoil anyone's plans, but something to keep in mind as you're out and about that night. Overall, as we see this system begin to lift north tonight, we'll see the winds turn around from the west. That'll dry us out, cool us back down to where we should be. And then for the rest of the day, Friday into Saturday, should be pretty much average. There's our next system we're going to track. You can see as it pushes further east, it's fairly weak, but it is going to bring a chance for some rain or snow to come through here as we get towards Saturday. Right there, future runs have continued to kind of break this down. So it may not be much, but you are going to get maybe something come through Saturday night into Sunday, New Year's Day. So once again, something to keep in mind if you're out and about. But it shouldn't be any road issues or anything to speak of with that. For tonight, we're going to climb all and keep our temperatures really until midnight, maybe 47 by the time you get to midnight. Then we'll start falling back down fairly quickly behind the cold front coming through. It's colder air, but as you wake up, we're still sitting in the low 30s. Our average low should be right down the middle teens, so it's still overall not bad. And even tomorrow, we're not going to climb much. With the cold air in place or a little cooler air in place, we should be at a couple more degrees, maybe 35, 36, still above average. And then we could see more, maybe patchy fog come in, maybe more Friday night into Saturday morning. Visibility, we're going to see some visibility restrictions with that cold front coming through. So as you wake up, you might see some of that. Driving around, especially up to the north where the winds are lighter, could be some dense fog to speak of. But once we get through the morning hours, we should be fine. Snow with that next system, not much right now. It's really keeping most of the snow right now further to the north. The last run was kind of further south. Now they've kind of pulled it up. So not expecting much in the way. Maybe some light rain, light snow, New Year's Eve, early New Year's night. Probably the time you go home after midnight, it's going to be all done with. So as you look at the 10-day, once we get past that, we have another system approaching Monday, Tuesday. This one is definitely going to be wet, but we're going to be on the warm side of it. And you notice the temperatures, 45, 47 Tuesday. That could be closer to midnight going into Tuesday, because once the front comes through, we'll probably see that temperature fall back down during the day. The good news is a lot of the precipitation will probably be done, so we won't see much in the way of snow with that one. Thing is, we'll go back to normal. And then you see the temperatures after that. We should be pretty much near average with the next chance of snow coming towards next weekend. That may see some accumulation, but as you see, our temperatures fairly are nice. We got no negative zeros or anything close that we saw last week for the foreseeable future.
And coming up in sports, two of the best in our area hits the hardwood for a huge non-conference matchup. How Sun Prairie West outlasted McFarland in double overtime. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
We rocks in the treetop all day long, hopping and a bopping and a singing this song. All the little birds on Jaybird Street love to hear the robin going tweet, 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 rockin' robin.
Wisconsin. It's easy to take for granted how we warm up. But what if you couldn't warm up so easily? For many, it's a reality they can't ignore. Working families, elderly, disabled, and veterans struggling to keep their heat and power on in the dangerous cold of winter. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy, water, and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safe in your home. No one deserves to suffer when we can help each other.
Attention mothers, did you take Tylenol or other acetaminophen pain-relieving products while pregnant? Recent evidence suggests children whose mothers took Tylenol while pregnant may be more likely to develop autism. Other acetaminophen products at risk include Excedrin, NyQuil, Dayquil, and other store-brand pain relievers. Children with autism have a hard time interacting with others. Those on the spectrum usually begin exhibiting social symptoms by the time they're 8 to 10 months old. Call now for a free confidential consultation.
Please call 800-379-7867.
Start the new year off right during the final days of the Ford Shine Bright sales event. Don't miss your chance to choose from a great selection of new Ford vehicles in stock and ready for delivery. Or place a custom order, lock in your rate, and you're protected. Plus, new inventory is still arriving daily, so you could drive one home today. This season, get into a 2022 Explorer SUV with 2.9% financing for 60 months at your local Ford dealer and shine bright.
New year, new you? Join Anytime Fitness and get 30 days free. Get more out of your membership than just machines. Because here, you can lift your weights and lift your mood. Now through January 31st, get 30 days free at Anytime Fitness. Hurry in now.
My name is Jose, and I was hit by a semi-truck. The Group Law Office did a great job at staying in touch with me. Great job in pleasing me. I'm very satisfied with my help.
If you've been injured in a trucking accident, you need Gruber Law Offices to fight for you. One call, that's all.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Morning. Who said that? Whoa, where did that come from? Floating money.
It's funny.
Good luck out there.
Wisconsin won the first ever holiday face-off last season in dramatic fashion. This year, Badgers looking to go back-to-back at Pfizer Forum and jumpstart the second half of their season. UW knocked off Lake Superior State in the semis. Now it's just Clarkson standing in their way for the title. Badgers spotted the Knights a 2-goal lead and then went to work in the second. Cruz Lucius cleans up the mess in front of the net to put Wisconsin on the board. But that was it. Badgers fall 3-1, the final. In Peter Brenner's first year leading Memorial Hockey, there was no season. COVID canceled it, so he and his Spartans have kind of had to play catch-up. But what they've lacked in ice time together, Brenner's made up with his culture and the program's 4 pillars.
First five.
Peter Brenner couldn't be in a better situation.
One of those dream jobs. I graduated from Memorial, so it has a lot of meaning to me to be running this program.
And the former Spartan has got this group of current Spartans bought in.
Going into junior year with a brand new coach, brand new set of, how we run things, and it's been, a learning curve for sure, but I think we've been building on this year, and I think it's been working.
Because Brenner is a no-nonsense guy.
They understand that I'm going to get on them a bit if I don't see what I want to see out of them.
That builds his culture through 4 program pillars.
He expects a lot out of us, but I wouldn't want anything less.
Passion.
Rip it across!
Purpose, joy, and relentless.
That's what he really drills into us, is those 4. So, that's what he expects out of us all the time.
But Brenner wants his team to take those words off the ice.
It's not easy out there. It takes a lot of hard work to be successful. You have to have goals so that when you are faced with challenging decisions, those goals kind of guide you down that pathway.
When they're already successfully skating down.
Not everything's all about hockey all the time, so he's thinking about future and how those words can benefit us throughout after hockey. Realistically, you say work hard, you say passion, you say play with joy. Like, you're not talking about hockey in general. You can talk about life. You can use those in any aspect of your life.
Thanks to Peter Brenner.
New group!
And his 4 program pillars. Huge high school girls hoops matchups on Prairie West hosting McFarland. First half, Annanique Austin crosses over and then splashes home the triple to put the Wolves up 4. She finished with 33 points. Spartans would battle back. Tegan Malini unconscious in this one. She pulls up from deep to give McFarland the lead. Malini had a game-high 40. But the Wolves would get the last laugh. Marie Outlay takes it to the cup for 2 as Sun Prairie West knocks off McFarland in double overtime, 85-78. And the Badger women still looking for that first Big Ten win of the season. Wisconsin falls to Illinois 79-63. We're back after this.
The Hy-Vee Pizza and Pop Sale this Friday through Sunday. Brew Pub Pizza, just $4.99. Select DiGiorno Pizza, just $4.99. And 2 liters of Pepsi products, only 99 cents. Only at Hy-Vee.
The holidays are for making memories. And you can count on Honda to help you make them. Whether it's in a capable Ridgeline, adventurous CRV, a rugged Passport, or a dynamic Pilot. Start making memories of your own with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
I'm Rebecca, and you might know me from reality TV. And this was my stubborn body fat that I just couldn't get rid of. But then I went to Sono Bello, and they permanently removed my body fat in just one visit.
It is so intensely gratifying for one visit to make this big of a change. It's amazing.
Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently on your stomach, hips and thighs, back, and so much more.
It feels incredible.
incredible to look down and it's flat. Thank you again, Sonobello. I'm so happy.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation and find out how you can get $250 off instantly. Call 1-800-595-1532 or go to sonobello.com.
Are you waking up in the morning with a sore jaw, headaches, maybe even ringing in your ears, all because you're grinding and clenching your teeth at night? That's exactly what was going on with me. That's when I found this, the Brux Night Guard. Now, the Brux Night Guard redirects the bite force away from the back teeth, reducing jaw pain while still protecting the teeth. This unique design is what makes Brux Night Guard different from all other traditional grind guards. Go to bruxnightguard.com and order yours today.
It's a foodie's paradise in this month's Madison magazine. Explore our editor's list of restaurants and chefs transforming the local dining scene. Then create an indoor Eden with our Homebody's Guide to Houseplants. Madison magazine, online and on newsstands now.
Want to know right now what the weather will be like tomorrow? Download the First Warn Weather app and you'll get my customized forecast for tonight and tomorrow.
The First Warn Weather app. Get it now. Powered by News 3 Now.
Don't miss the Hy-Vee Pizza and Pop Sale this Friday through Sunday. Get a large, single-topping Mia Italian take-and-bake pizza, just $5.99. And 6 packs of Coke products, only $1.99. Only at Hy-Vee.
The Packers battle the Vikings, Sunday at 3:25.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Greg rejoined us as we take a final check of the forecast.
Well, it's warm. It's going to be 47 at midnight, so that's the thing. When you wake up, it's going to be 30. Now, speaking, that's still about the average temperature for this time of year. So dense fog up to the north, something to keep in mind of if you're traveling up there. The next chance of rain, then New Year's Eve, New Year's night, we might have a rain or snow event right there. Nothing significant, but something to keep in mind. And there's obviously no cold, real cold air throughout the whole extended. Even if we get down into the 30s, that's still where we should be this time of year. So
yeah, I mean, I think most people can handle 30.
Oh yeah.
It's that fine stuff we had to deal with. You can't even go outside last week. That was.
It may come back. It's still January.
So we figure it will at some point. Greg, thank you. Thanks for joining us tonight for News 3 Now at 10. Have a great night, folks. See you tomorrow.